Hello there, Capricorn, and welcome to your Capricorn connection with me, Melissa Joy. I am super excited to be starting this channel at a place where we can talk about all things Capricorn, that like the central point of where we come from is a Capricorn sun, or maybe you have another reason that you're here. That's all right. We welcome everyone because it's all pieces of the puzzle coming together so that it's no more shattered, no more scatter, that we can come into the truth, the center, and the whole. We can discuss things about relationships, career, empowerment, some of the experiences that we have that could be very common to us. So this could be a wealth and a storehouse of solutions, because life is not full of problems, it's full of solutions. We as human beings, they tell us all the time the water that we're made of, but I must tell you, that water is salt water. It's conductive water. It's cleansing water. It's charged water, it's powered water, and so are you. So let's get into this. They got a bit of something going on right now, and they're like, let's come out of trash. Let's sift out the debris, because most Capricorns have been through the stuff. They're kind of considered the old souls, as, I mean, everybody is, but like the old souls of the zodiac, like often raised, grew up without parents, or no formal structuring in the home, or maybe overly rigid and demanding and confining so that you could release the Capricorn point. Okay, maybe some of you have had a bit of both. I know I've had a lot. So hopefully we can let some wisdom flow forth and turn what was, my parents would say, crapola, turning the shiz into flowers. Because, you know, it takes a lot of fertilizer to get flowers, to get the bounty, to get the beauty. So even if you've been through a lot, we're going to compost that stuff, and we're going to get you into your garden so that you have the delights of who you are. So we're going to sift and sort out, where'd you go? Sifting and sorting out all the not you. Just get it out of the way, because we're not going to sit there and pay attention to that. We're going to get into living ourselves and noticing more of ourselves and getting full of ourselves. Yes, we should be full of ourselves. Do you know a full gas tank consumes very little gas? That effortless, that ease, the gentleness of life, like, what are we going to do today? That type of feeling, right? Like the gentleness and openness of a child's heart. So anyways, as you begin to live your life, those other things start getting kind of tight, and you're like getting so full of all this satisfaction, fulfillment, that you're like, oh, that thing's cramping me. Let me get that out of here. Why do I even have that anyway? Oh, I was just being nice. They offered it as a gift, and I didn't like it. Was their trash anyway, so it was a guilt offering for whatever reason, to make themselves feel like they were doing something thoughtful or nice. You know what I'm saying? We've all had some of that, right? And that's why when I give gifts or I share things that I have, it's things that are still really working, or still dynamic, or still in that state of being enjoyed. But I just know it's time to share and move on. So behind that, as we clear that out, this is the energy. Remember that feeling good and the truth of who we are begins to purge it just by the nature of it. It just, as you begin to fill yourself up with who you are, it eases on out. Now, I've done that when I have to wash large pitchers or vessels. As a child, I was the dishwasher and the dish assistant. And so rubbing all the way down there and taking that big thing up and turning it and hoping not to smash it into the sides of the sink or things like that. I was like, this isn't just complicated, it's causing me stress and conflict. And I asked myself, I might have been 7 or 8. I can remember staring at the faucet, and I'm like, what do I do here? And it said, just let the water run, because my family does dishes with the water running. Yes. So as it ran, all the soap would just start to make its way up to the top in a line, and it would just wash over and out. So as opposed to washing, shaking, I just let it cleanse it all the way out, kind of like a squeegee or a Wonka wash. They like the Wonka wash. That's what's got them lighting up here. So I want to get one of these cards to go with the Wonka wash. At the bottom we have whale. Live as a fully conscious being. And we could think that's fully woke, but that can be overly receptive, just listening. Or it can be overly demanding, commanding, just verbal, right? But here it's the invitation. The invitation to be yourself. Conscious means engaging, interacting, awake, right? When you're awake, you start trying to create conversation with yourself, or you say thinking to yourself, but it's actually talking with yourself. And so when you start noticing, wait, this is a conversation I'm having with some other energy, and you're like, yeah, your higher self, your divine self, your golden self, your perfect self. How would the conversation change? Like if there were any person who's ever existed that you could sit down and spend the afternoon with, would you waste your time with some of that crapola that you entertain over here? You building a heap and a pile, and you trying to decorate it, make it look all fine and fancy, and it's like, don't notice that, don't look over there. And they're like, purge that till your power goes from the earth through you all the way up and out of your crown. That's what the corona is. It's all that energy effervescing together, sharing space in you. That's what keeps the purity there. And not pure like, oh, I never do anything wrong. No, pure like truth, like full of you, who you are, your experience, because you're here to have a point of view, an experience living through first person out of the eyes. Like my boys would do these driving games, and sometimes all you see is the road and everything in front of you, first person point of view. Sometimes you get in that third person point of view where you're seeing the car out in front of you. And so you're watching the car drive, right? They're wanting you, pardon me, it's getting bright out here. All right, beach hair, all right. So anyways, that's what they're wanting you to do. Get into that awakeness. Ooh, I love it, because look, the goat is right behind here, Cappy. Look at that. Not you're about to level up, you're a whole other level. You're a different world. Act from your innate wisdom, and wisdom is that gold, my friend. So let's shuffle these around and see what can go with that star, other than what was just naturally flowing up. We'll see if there's anything else. Is there anything else for Cappy coming on in here for this christening of a new channel? Shark, lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior. In this case, the shark energy, Metatron and Jules, source energy, which is life. If we focus on life and living life and living a life we would want to lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior. Walk in that relationship with yourself. I already shuffled them around. But walk in that relationship with yourself based on truth, not on the lies or the adjustments or the conditions or the world's mindset. Get into your own opinion of yourself. And not just an opinion, get into the experience. Because to have an opinion, you got to step outside it to look back in. You take the conditions into consideration. You become a thermometer as opposed to a thermostat. This says be the thermostat. Set your environment, and then begin to listen as your senses and sensations start to help you navigate that, to pick up on what you might not be incoming, picking up on. All right, so we got just a couple more cards down here, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. That softens that energy. It gets you unstuck from the way that it has been and the way that you've done things, because you come in as an old soul. You come in with a lot of like learned wisdom, proven wisdom, tried and true wisdom. But I got to tell you, in some of the other readings on one of my other channels, it's talking about don't do the tried and true. Do the new you. And look at this. Gracious, gentle, ease. Focus on yourself. Cows aren't all up in somebody else's business. They're reaching down and they're grazing the, oh, that looks good. Yummy, 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 yummy to my tummy, and my tummy, and my tummy, and my tummy, because I think they have 4 stomachs, if you got that. Anyways, and then they're like, oh, I think I might do it again. Let's enjoy this again and see what happens this next time. Like when you travel to a new place for the first time. And when you go the second time, you might do it a little differently. But you're having this whole new experience, and you see how, or you're wanting to include and add into. That's what it's like, not the tried and true. Because we think, oh, that'll get it done, and then I can get on to the peace and the enjoyment and the fulfillment and the satisfaction and the old Capricorn and the sea goat. They're like, take the bite of what? Oh, yeah, that looks good right now. Oh, I want to try some of that. Oh, I like that. Let's see how this goes, how this is, how You see, that's opening that energy, that's awakening your ancient energy, but pure and raw and true for this experience, this equipping, this nowness. And that brings that amazing delight. It takes it down from somewhere out there in outer space of attainment and achievement, and it brings it into coming from the knowingness, the self-assurance of, I like that, or I like the sound of that, or I'd like to try that. If you already got a going on in the front of it, I think you on to some here, Cap. Golden. Liquid gold, baby. I hear something breathing back there. Maybe there are dolphins on the horizon. Yes, coming straight for me. Oh my God, friends, here they come. Here they come. Here it comes. I love you.